Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Ray. For today's episode, I want to touch about something I've been dealing with ever since I passed out of my school and has been like a topic of debate at home. But yeah, I am at that phase of life where I'm only focusing on what is within my control and trying to do that and following what makes more sense to me instead of trying to make someone understand where I'm coming from, because that is a lot more difficult when your idea of life and your values don't really match. So, yeah, anyway, I think a couple of audios back, I had mentioned that I'm gonna get my MBA results soon, and I was dreading it. And it's not out of the world. I don't think I'll be getting any tier one colleges, but that is something I saw coming with 5 to 6%, or what's like the 1% success rate that the entrances have. I kind of knew that was coming, and yeah, had like a heated discussion at home. I don't know if I'm going to upload this or not. It depends because it will be an it will be exactly a year when you listen to this, but I am only recording it right now. Like I'm bulk recording stuff. So everything this free time that I have, I want to push out consistent content and not worry about it while I'm occupied with other things in life. So yeah, me and my parents had come to a compromise that I'll do part-time remote job, whatever that I am interested in, so that I don't hate on life, and it's not completely against me. And the other part was I'll just get done with an MBA or equivalent sort of a degree, because of course remote work comes with its own set of problems, and you don't know if it will be consistent, you don't know if that will help you as much as you think. And so, yeah, that is what happened with me. I had like a year to figure out these things, and I realized that it's not easy working remotely all by yourself. It takes a lot. And yeah, it would be nice to have an environment where I can go and meet people. Unfortunately, it's only colleges, and I know there are community meetups and all and things like that, but I need consistent meeting and being able to grow and have like an atmosphere of going out, doing something, being productive, and stuff like that. And I know it sounds very counterintuitive or counterproductive, what's the word, whatever that is, because I'm always so against college, and I still am. I don't like what happens there, and you don't build any skills as such. Very few colleges with that sort of exposure, but you have to work 10 times harder to get into that position. And let's just say I'm not that kind of person who has that academic rigor. Let's just put it like that. So, yeah, I can only hold on to the options that are available in front of me. And yeah, maybe I am lacking the information somewhere, but as far as I know, if you wish to spend time with people 6 to 7 hours a day, or just work on a project or have a structure in your life, the easiest way to do that is a college. And that is the only thing I'm looking forward to. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but Hear me out. According to me, college is like your playground to be able to experiment with ideas that you genuinely are interested in, because you would never get that sort of freedom doing something else. Like, you won't have the kind of pressure and the kind of expectations while you're in college, because you're expected to study and get better at skill building and things like that, even though college doesn't really help with that. But of course you can take up that responsibility, and having that kind of environment and those set of people, even if it's like one person, literally, even if it's just one person that matches your vibe and helps you grow together. And even if not that, the college libraries, the societies that you take part in, the things that you learn about yourself when you're in a group, when you're going out, when you're in a classroom, when you're trying to prepare for a assignment, there are very little things that you can learn from it. And I'm not denying that there are few positives to going there. The only reason I had chosen to do it was because I saw how not having a place to go or a structure was affecting my life really badly. I still have it in place now because I started this podcast, and I had something to look forward to. But before that, it was really bad. And I just felt like even when I was in college, things weren't as bad as they are right now. So it's better that I do what I want to do on the side, but also have some place to look forward to, for a structure, and to have some people to interact with, because being alone, working remotely can get really dark really soon. So yeah, that's just my reasoning for it, as someone who is not in love with academics. And it will always be something that tugs my heart, because I have always loved knowing about new things and experiencing it. I have never loved the way we have been evaluated through these entrances and the exams in general that go on in college, and the way things are taught. And I know you need to do the self study and you need to take that initiative. But still, if I am paying some, say, paying for a service, like for education, I'm literally expecting value in return, because I'm paying for that exact reason. But yeah, I don't want to turn this into a complaining audio. I think I have expressed enough hate about it in the past, and it's not a good thing. It's just that this is happening in the moment, and my thoughts about it are really fresh and something I still struggle with. I hope I am able to make peace with it in the future, and try to collect what I'm able to learn from this whole experience without being bitter about it. I don't want to put off that energy on you. But yeah, a lot of things that happened yesterday, the overarching theme of it was that my dad just accepting the fact that I'm an average person. And I just want to talk a bit about that, about the fact that there are these set ways in which you are expected to succeed. And when you fail to do that, you will be labeled all sorts of things. And it hardly makes any sense, because not everyone can be boxed into one particular way and the idea of success. Like, my idea of success can be very different from yours. And what is the right way to measure how good someone is and what their talent is, or what their skill is? They could very well be good at something but not have that something equivalent to justify it, no system to be able to bring that forward. And even if there is, they are the ones who need to fight the whole battle within themselves to prove it, just because they're different and they weren't able to cope up with the system. So, yeah, even this whole time that I have given to the whole education system and trying to understand it, all I feel is it's unfair for people who are actually skillful but would always feel like a failure because they were limited to a few options. And every time I am told that I'm average and I lie between that 80 to 90% wala kid, and that I need to work hard and there's something lacking on my part. I don't know why no one really questions the system, especially when it comes to society and parental side of things. It's always you are lacking it, you are not good at it. Look at this particular person, they were in worse scenarios and they still did better. You had everything at your disposal and still you couldn't do this simple thing. Like, what is your existence even? It went too far, but you get the point. And you just go like, it was killing me every single second to do this, but I did as much as I could. Even when it took a lot out of me, I did try. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about the part where I tried, the part where I gave it a chance. And I know for a fact that there are things that flaw beyond me, and this whole evaluation system does not define who I really am. And no matter what I'm being told from the outside, I'm not internalizing it. I'm just observing it and sharing it with you because you probably might have that experience going on. Because I wasn't this way always. I used to internalize things that were told to me and felt like an absolute failure because I could not stand up to the unrealistic standards that were put up by the world, which really did not align with me. And every time that I've sat for studying or doing this sort of stuff, I have always felt like I'm pushing a boulder up the hill. Is that what it's called? Stone, whatever, you get it. So, yeah, not everyone is cut out for something like that, but it's the widely available option. So, you kind of compromise and live on with it. And I know I could have done better. I could have researched better. I could have worked harder outside of this. It's just that when you're still trying to understand your skills and your area of interests and how you can serve the world while also thinking about how the finances are going to come through, it becomes really overwhelming to take the next step. But one thing's for sure, I'm never gonna stop trying. I will, I won't give up and forget about a better life or stop working towards it. No matter what decision I take, I will try to learn what I can about myself and pick out my nuggets of what it brought to my life and how it changed me. It's just that I don't think there was a need to go through so much of mental tiredness, mental fatigue by this point for something that could have been a lot better. I wish if I can do something about this and yeah, create a school or whatever which helps people discover their own creativity and monetize that or get more in alignment with what they're really good at and what they're gifted with so that they are never called an average person or someone who does not work hard, because that is not the case. Everyone tries, everyone has given whatever they could to all of these norms. And when you just say things like you'll always be an average person, that can really take a toll on someone who hasn't known what the world is, isn't very self aware. And I know that happened with me in the past, but today I have enough belief in myself to know that I am much more than my grades and the way success is defined by the world. And it's different for me, and I will chase that different. I will try everything possible to keep my identity intact and work on my part. It's just that I genuinely feel sad for every college going student who has to deal with this whole dilemma of knowing that chances of success in any field that is conventionally picked off is hardly 5 to 6% or whatever the statistics are. I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but you would know better for whichever thing that you're preparing in your life. And every time you don't or you are not able to justify it, you will be called all sorts of names. And that's when you need to realize that there's nothing lacking in you, there's something lacking outside in the world. And do everything in your power to not lose yourself and take this as an opportunity to go further on your idea of success, your authenticity, your freedom, all of those good things. So, yeah, I don't think I would have gotten to this place of understanding if there if I wasn't introduced to spirituality by this point. I feel like I would have been devastated a few years ago, but right now, I I just know that things will be okay. It's not that grave, and I will come out of this better. And the whole quote of this too shall pass makes more sense than ever, even though it sounds cliche. It's true. It's true for me right now and for how I feel. And I just want to move ahead with grace and not any bitter feelings. I'll try to gain what I can from this whole experience while building my own identity from scratch, the one that no one saw, no one understood, but only I could feel. And that feeling is enough for me to go ahead with it. So, yeah, that's all that I wanted to share for today. I don't know if I have any key takeaway for you, but I just felt like I needed to share my raw thoughts about everything that I'm going through right now in case it helps someone who might be feeling the same. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us go through this because no one is getting into the top institutes and the top job profiles. I don't know what life looks like after you get in there. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more difficult. And of course, everyone has their own set of challenges to work with. I am just talking about mine for the vast majority of people who have been labeled as average, who have been labeled as failure, and just to let them know that there's a fellow human out there who has faced all of this and is not taking it to the heart and is still trying to discover themselves and is still trying to come to terms with everything. So, yeah, all my love and support and heart goes out to you if you are in this position as well. We shall come out of this better. And yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you in the next one.